To the NFL, the Rams are going to travel to take on my Chicago Bears this weekend for the divisional round in what will sure be a hard-fought battle. Matthew Stafford has been putting up MVP numbers this season. He led the NFL in passing yards. He threw for 46 touchdowns, 12 more than the next closest player. He closed as the MVP favorite at DraftKings Sportsbook. When the Bears' backs have been against the wall, Caleb Williams has been ice cold, the Iceman this season. He has 7 game-winning drives in the fourth quarter, including one against the Packers in the wild card round. That's tied for the most in the NFL, along with Bo Nix. Now, the Bears are 5-2 against the spread as home underdogs with Caleb Williams under center, and they'll be a home dog again this weekend. Assuming they close as the underdog, they'll be the 5th team in the Super Bowl era to be home dogs twice in a single postseason. So now the question becomes, would you be surprised if Caleb Williams outplays what might be the MVP favorite in Matthew Stafford on Sunday at Soldier Field? Cam, what do you think?
Yeah, I'd be surprised. Why? It's because you're going against Matthew Stafford, who we all are expected to win the MVP. And Matthew Stafford, not only him winning an MVP, will solidify his or cement his career. Matthew Stafford is the individual that has showcased time and time and time again. A Matthew Stafford is just not going to happen or come through your NFL draft anytime different. His ability to throw the football and to really attack defenses, I saw it firsthand with me going back to Bank of America Stadium during this game. And I'm saying to myself, the first thing that happened in the fourth quarter, they got too much time. Matthew Stafford was precise. Matthew Stafford was surgical. Matthew Stafford was an individual that knew everything that he needed to do to win this game was going to rest on the armor of his right shoulder. Now, if you got a young buck, somebody who's still wet behind the ears, come into a situation and outperforms you, yeah, that would be surprising. I can see a world where Caleb Williams has a great game and Matthew Stafford has a great game, but I don't see a world where Caleb Williams outperforms Matthew Stafford. Absolutely not.
Stephen A?
It's possible. I'm not going to tell you that I would be surprised if it happens. I expect Matthew Stafford and those boys to do their thing. Let's also remember the weather, that it's expected to be very, very cold. Obviously, there's a team customer playing at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles, California, Southern California sunshine, 17 degrees, a wind chill that makes it -8. And you're the Los Angeles Rams coming into that. I mean, we got to pay attention to that now. Let's be very, very clear. Even when it was snowing like a blizzard last year in Philadelphia, it wasn't that damn cold. So let's remember that as well. That's expected to have some kind of impact, but I think that Matthew Stafford is gifted enough to overcome it because he's just special. And Devontae Adams, who I just spoke to earlier this week, obviously with Puka Nacua and what them brothers bring to the table along with Kyron Williams and those guys, I expect the Los Angeles Rams to put up points and Matthew Stafford to be a facilitator of that, especially with Sean McVay doing what he does and running the team, calling plays. But the Chicago Bears, I mean, you're talking about them and the Los Angeles Rams being two of the top teams with big plays. You're talking about Caleb Williams, the Iceman himself, showing up and producing with some of the weapons that he has at his disposal. And then I'm looking at this. RC, help me out here. I'll come right to you with this. I'm thinking about the Rams. Obviously, they've had about 47 sacks on the season. You know what Verse brings to the table. Yeah. You're looking at Young, you're looking at Turner, you're looking at this, and you know that these brothers can get to the quarterback. What's the problem with the Rams? It ain't their pass rush. It's to catch behind those brothers. And if you don't get to Caleb Williams quick enough, well, that's a problem. Oh, by the way, if you are on the verge of getting to him quick, this brother has shown elusivity. He can get out of the pocket. And by the way, we're raving about him scrambling out of the pocket and throwing on the run. That pass last week's one of the great passes we've ever seen a quarterback make, scrambling to his weak side and flinging that football to DJ Moore. I'm just saying to you, yes, the Chicago Bears can make some noise offensively, led by Caleb Williams. If it happens, don't be surprised at all. That's why we're anticipating a shootout, because we know what anybody can do against that Chicago Bears defense, but we also know what Caleb Williams can do against most defenses, especially a suspect secondary like the Los Angeles Rams have.
Well, Cameron Newton, you know this. A wise Chicago philosopher once said, now that don't kill me can only make me stronger. When are we going to stop doubting Caleb Williams? When are we going to stop questioning Caleb Williams? When he has his 8th fourth quarter comeback? And let's not forget, that could easily be 8 or 9 already because he had a late drive against the Green Bay Packers that stalls on a Williams interception. They just ran out of time against the San Francisco 49ers. I mean, this man was on the cusp of becoming the first and only 4,000-yard passer in Chicago Bears history. And let's not just talk about Caleb Williams, his ability to create. You want to talk about a reel of the 10 best passes from Matthew Stafford, the 10 best passes from Caleb Williams. And I promise you, if you put them up side by side, it ain't going to be a lot of difference between the talent of the two. And let's not act like the Rams are just shutting people down. You played for Carolina. Carolina scored 31 against them twice. And Carolina is a team that only had 54 passing yards against the Seattle Seahawks. Atlanta put up 27 in a win. The Seahawks put up 38 in an overtime win. This ain't a defense that's just killing people. And you telling me you will be surprised if Caleb Williams outplays Matthew Stafford? It's not about what the statistics say, how many touchdowns you have. It's about when you make those plays, how you make those plays, and how they affect winning. The Chicago Bears can win this game, and they can win it because their quarterback is talented, and he's clutch, and he doesn't break, and he's turned into a hell of a leader.
So, Cam, let's add on to that, too. He does have, Matthew Stafford does have a sprained finger in his throwing hand. We already mentioned the weather. It's going to be cold. His fingers are going to be cold. You're shaking your head. You don't think it matters?
No, it does not matter. Newsflash, anybody who covers sports, understands sports, or plays in the NFL understands there's a 100% chance you're going to get hurt. It just depends on how hurt are you. From finger to head to ear to shoulder to knee to you gonna get hurt. Now, Ryan Terry, step up, please, because it was a lot of contradicting in that last stanza that you just had. On one hand, you say to doubt Caleb and the great philosopher from Chicago. I can't even repeat what you just said. But then you come back and you say it's not about statistics. Well, it's always about statistics because the statistics that Matthew Stafford has shown all year has been something to consider. When we see a Caleb Williams, my challenge will be, can the Los Angeles Rams finish a game? That's the question mark. Because if you ask me, first quarter, Caleb, second quarter, Caleb, third quarter, Caleb, looks extremely pedestrian. I go to the ice cream parlor, Caleb Williams in the first 3 quarters looked just like vanilla. But doggone fourth quarter hit, man, he turned to Baskin Robbins and 31 flavors because there's so many different additions and playmaking ability and certain things. So in this type of dynamic, you're saying, can he outplay Stafford? No. I can see them both having a good game, but to outplay Stafford, absolutely
Okay, so here's
not.
my question. If you look back at the game last week, Green Bay and Chicago, do you consider what Caleb Williams did outplaying Jordan Love?
Jordan Love outplayed Caleb Williams in the first half.
It's not what I'm asking you. It's not what I'm asking you. When you look at the finality of the game, the Chicago Bears moving on in the playoffs, do you think Caleb Williams outplayed Jordan Love? Period.
No.
Yes or
no?
Yes or no?
Hold on.
Because Jordan Love had 323, 4 touchdowns, no interceptions. Caleb Williams actually threw picks, had 2 touchdowns, 361 yards. And we sitting here today, and we ain't talking about Jordan Love. And that's why I say it's not just about statistics. It's about when you do it, how you do it, and how it affects winning.
Well, first of all, that was a moment right there where, Cam, you let it be you. You let it be you. Because RC got you there. You let it be you. All right, that's number one. Yeah, you did.
No.
You let it be you. You let it be you, okay? You did. You did. Because in the end, we ain't talking about no damn Jordan Love now. Now, you got to remember, Jordan Love had a lead. And while Caleb and those boys were coming back, you don't score a touchdown or a field goal and then keep the ball. The opposing offense got an opportunity to stop the bleeding. And Jordan Love didn't do that. As terrific as he may have been for the vast majority of the game, he didn't stop that bleeding, number one. But number two, I would also say this. The reason why you do have to pay attention to the statistics, RC, is because of the 28.3 points per game the Rams have been giving up defensively
Yeah.
since week 13. In 5 of their last 7 games, they've given up at least 27 points. You can score on the Los Angeles Rams and Caleb Williams and Chicago, and we keep mentioning they got a running game too with Swift and Mununjai. I always flip up his name. But the point is, Mununjai, right? The point is that you got a running game. You got cats on the outside that you can throw the football to, and you got a cat in Caleb Williams that can fling that football. With Ben Johnson calling plays, you can get to the Rams defensively. That's what we've got to pay attention to. I expect both quarterbacks to have big games, but the one that wins is the one we're going to be talking about, Cam.
So let's see who wins and who we're going to be talking about. Cam, who are you going to take? You going to take the Bears or are you going to take the Rams?
Hold on. See, this is what you call virtual bullying. Y'all virtually bullied me just now. I couldn't get a word out. I was trying to be respectful. I even hear Shay in the background say, no, answer Cam. And I was over here trying to say, hold on. Let me make my point. Then you have Stephen A. followed up and say, it better not be you. Well, it was just you. All I was trying to say was the fact that Caleb Williams turns into a different monster in the 4th. That is the determining factor. When you see Caleb Williams in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd, if the Los Angeles Rams, the first thing that I led with the argument was, can they finish? If you have a team, this is a team that I saw in firsthand. They went down to score early and often in Carolina. They are a very explosive offense. Can they sustain that through 4 quarters? Because Caleb Williams will come. I'm not saying that he's not going to have a good game. I'm not saying that he's going to have a bad game. What I am saying is the sustaining of drives and the ability to play at a high level offensively comes down to Matthew Stafford. Caleb Williams can have a great game. Matthew Stafford can have a great game. Statistics or not, this is what the reality is. I hear what you're saying, Ryan Terry. I hear what you're saying, Shea Gertrude. And I also hear what you're saying, Stephen Anthony. Okay. Y'all just bullied me into a corner where I was just like, bro, let me make my point.
So make your point. Who's winning?
We let you make your point.
The Rams.
We let you make your point, and you let it be you. Let it be you.
I'm sorry. I'm going with the Los Angeles Rams. I'm sorry, Shay. I'm going with the Rams right here.
It's all right. A lot of sorry Shays today. Go ahead, S.A. Who you taking, Bears or Rams?
Rams. But I got to tell you, I got to confess to you, I love what I'm seeing from Chicago. I love their future. But the reason why I'm picking the Rams is because I think Stafford is just that dude, and I think that